Hello there, World Tankers. I'm Blitz, and today we are going over, yet again, Worst Replays number 2. You guys have been waiting a while. The series seems to be doing pretty well. For the first video I've posted, over 400 views. Thanks for the attention on that. As always, if you would like your replays shown, make sure to subscribe and join the Discord down below to send me the replays. However, straight into this game, we have D's people in the Mystic clan, and he is running his T28 Defender. And this video is not going to be like the normal worst team one that you've seen me post where I talk about just atrocious teams. This is going to be a bit more of a helpful video, as I really want to give you guys some of my tips and tricks on how to win games, and as well to show you a bit of entertainment and fun along the way. And starting off, you guys probably don't notice this, but we've already lost this match, and you can tell that immediately just by looking at the minimap. If you take a look, we have 3 tanks pushing to A, all pretty much being heavies. Yes, I know the T20 Defender is a tank destroyer, but it has 1500 hit points, it's pretty much got heavy armor, and it's got a turret. And you can see over at C we have the rest of the team pushing, which is 4 tanks. Now, the enemy team worked together. They probably had somebody that called whatever way they were going, left or whatever, and because of that, their whole team is pushing the right way. They're all pushing together, and they're going to be pushing on weaker vehicles that are pushing medium, and because we don't have our heavies there to take the hits, we're not going to be able to support the mediums over there, and that is the issue with this team. It wasn't actually bad players. Like, the Centurion was pretty bad, and the SPIC was pretty atrocious, and the AMX was, but those aren't game-changing tanks. The game-changing tanks are the heavy tanks, you know, the T-34s, the T-28 Defenders, the tanks like those that you need to be in the center of the battle. And really, you can see Deez is trying his best. He's trying to rack out some damage. He's already done 800. That one T-34 pushed way too aggressive, as you can see. He went just ballistically aggressive, ran into pretty much every single tank over there. You have to stay with the team. That is the biggest way to win matches. You can see Deez here is just trying to get out any bit of damage to try and help the team. He's going to try and help out his Falcon buddy. Unfortunately, that T-34 is thinking smart, talking to his buddy over there. He's like, okay, we're going to take out this Falcon first, because then we can both focus fire this other T-28 Defender, because now they're down another tank on this team. And that is unfortunate. Deez is able to get a shell in, but he's on a clip reload, which means now he's got about 15 seconds of staying behind. This T-34 is yelling at him for tunneling. Doesn't really make sense, but you're going to see the T-34 Falcon start to complain to his team about the team sucking, even though the Falcon was one of the main reasons why the team lost, and that's because he didn't push together. He didn't really use his gun depression. He didn't use the tank it should be used. The T-34 should be using gun depression. It's got 10 degrees, and it's got a pretty amazing turret. And that's how you want to run it. You can see that Tiger 2 over there on our team actually did very nice. He managed to hold his own. He, I think, killed 3 tanks. Yes, he killed 3 out of the 5 tanks on the team that are dead. He did a very nice job, and if the team had if that T-34 at the beginning had not have pretty much killed himself, they could have won. But the main reason the team lost is just because they didn't call at the beginning. It's the easiest thing to do. You just type in chat, push left, push right, victory. If the team pushes together as a group, they win. If they work together, you can see this 49 is flanking the T-28. You know, Deez really has no option here. If that first shell hadn't missed him, he might have been able to finish them off, but it's really just he had no chance. It wasn't really his fault. It was just that the team didn't push correctly. And you can see it wasn't a terrible team. The Tiger did pretty good. The T-34 did okay. The other guys did pretty awful. But their team did just as bad. You can see SU 92 damage, Comet 700. Both of the teams did not do spectacular. You can see almost the same amount of damage. It was just the way they pushed and how they did push. Because nobody was spectacular. You may say, oh, well, they had a Pramo member. Well, that's not a Pramo member. That's a 0 instead of an O. I double-checked. And that's really the main reason why you lose games is just because of lack of teamwork. It's usually not because of your teams being terrible players. You can have terrible players like the Centurion wasn't spectacular. He's got below a 50% win rate. But what you should do is if you know the maps by heart, you should tell the team, hey, let's push this way, guys. If you do, then, they might look up to you and actually say, hey, that might work, and they'll push with you, and then you'll win. You need to step up as well yourself to tell the team where to push, because if you don't tell the team where to push and you lose and you blame the team for losing, you've also inflicted it on yourself for causing the team to lose, because you should at least tell the team where to push. And if it doesn't work, well, then at least you tried. But let's get stuck in that second replay so I can get a bit more in-depth into other ways of losing. For the second replay, we have Fancy Pigeon 007 in Is He 100. And he is on Himmelsdorf, which is pretty much the perfect map for this tank. You can see he's got some very strong tanks on his team. E50M, Object 140, IS-4, Jagdpanzer, very good tanks. Not super skill required. The Jagdpanzer is a bit more skill required, but you can easily learn how to master that tank as long as you play, I don't know, a couple hundred battles in it. And that's how it is in every tank of the game. But you can see he's going all alone on this side of the map. He has the Jagdpanzer behind him, covering him, as you can see, which is nice that Jagdpanzer is going to be able to cover him if he misses any shots. The enemy aren't going to want to push out as much. And you can see that the mediums have ran into 2 enemy mediums. It's 3 versus 2. However, you can see on the mini-map that their team is slowly trying to flex over there. Now it's 3 mediums versus 3. Now, preferably, I think the mediums on our team are better. We have an E50M and a 140. However, they're camping behind the E50M, you can see on the mini-map, which means that now they're getting shot. That E50M is pushing really aggressive. It still looks like they have the advantage, but I'm not sure what's going on because the mediums are just constantly missing their shells. Over here we've got Fancy. Come on, load that heat, penetrate it. Yes, penetrates right through. He's broken 1,000 damage. We are now down to 1 medium tank. Not to mention that E4 that you saw turn around has pushed over to the medium side. Now what the enemy could have done, which would have won them the game, probably, another good hint, was they should be pushing right now. They shouldn't be staying still. They need to push. They need to push right on this IS-7. They can't let him sit there. He has a very bad damage minute. The M103 back there is not really a threat, and it's really just a bit of a lack of teamwork that really caused this team to lose. You can see now they're pushing. They should be pushing more, though. You can see the VK backs up, and now this IS-4 is pushing the VK. Not some great teamwork going on there. Come on, get that heat shell in. Yes, you snap it right in. See, the issue with this match was just that you guys were just a couple seconds too late on that push. If you had just pushed, Fancy would not be getting hit in the rear end by these tanks here, if you think about it. And unfortunately, Fancy just misses the snap because of that. And now you can see that we are in the bit of the bad end, because we got a Jagdpanzer. We have a bunch of slow tanks, and they have mediums. And are we going to be able to snap the shell? Yes, the RNG did not help him, unfortunately, like the other one. But you can see just how easily a matter of 10 seconds can affect the entire match. You can see that if Fancy and the whole team had just pushed just a couple seconds quicker, they would have easily been able to turn around and deal with these tanks. Unfortunately, now they're being flanked from behind. They could have easily pushed on those other tanks. Really, that's the main reason why they lost. They just couldn't push in quick enough. We got Fancy here. Come on. Just not quick enough. Best thing to do here would probably just to push on that E4. The other tanks are being shot at by the other guy. Track him. Come on. Just dies. But he managed to pick up 4,700 damage. He didn't block a crazy amount, but he did so much damage. And he did do good. You can see the Jagdpanzer is doing okay. He still didn't do spectacular. He only did about 2,600 damage. In total, the team really didn't do much at all. That's what the issue was. As you saw, the enemy team in the first match, and this is why I picked these 2 replays especially, is because the enemy team in the first match did what you want a team to do. They pushed as a group, they worked together, the 2 T-34s used teamwork. this team did not work together. The mediums did not help each other. They were separate parts of the medium side over there. They weren't pushing as a group like the enemy mediums did. Our heavies didn't push as a group quick enough. They didn't decide how to conserve their hit points. If that VK had not have done what he did and stopped, the whole push would have actually probably been able to win if that VK hadn't have backed up there. And you can see it was just those two little mess ups can cause the whole game to lose. Now I will say their AMX-30B did great and the E4 did very good. And the reason they did so good it was because they were able to take out the mediums. You can also see a recurring theme is usually when mediums do well, the whole team does well. And the reason is because mediums distract, they can flank, they have accurate guns, they can do the job. So you really want to clear the enemy mediums, and you need to know where they're pushing. So when you're on a team and the team doesn't look like they're doing spectacular, you have to give yourself that motivation to be able to fight the enemy team. You want to push, you want to hold them if you're in the heavy, you want to flank if you're in the light, you want to do your job. And that might help you win some of the battles. However, some of these battles like these are not avoidable. But again, if they had just pushed a bit earlier and in the first match, if they had just pushed together, really they could have pulled both of them off very easily just by a quick little tap of push or call in the chat which way you're going to go. However, this is going to be the end of my video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll have my Discord in the link below. Thanks for watching.